Kaseberry LED flame light bulb, this thing right here. This is the lamp I was planning on installing this in. Right now I have an LED bulb in there, but I thought this would be a good way to showcase the difference in the light between this and what you get out of a standard LED bulb. This is the box that this came in. This was popped off. It wasn't shipped very well. The box was kind of crushed. Thankfully the light still works. I want to point that out right away because one of my biggest pet peeves are reviewers who say box came cracked and they knock stars down for the actual product. Product's fine. This doesn't subtract any stars from that. I will say there's not really anything on the box that says anything about Kaseberry. It doesn't say anything about the multiple modes like the Amazon listing does say. So I'm going to show the modes off as well as talk a little bit about the light. The light itself is more like a corncob light. As you can see, there's LEDs all around it. The effects you get actually are mostly due to the way that it looks when it's seen through this. So again, going from a standard LED bulb to the Kaseberry effect light. Right away you'll notice this is much more orange than you might anticipate. I thought this might be due to the cover, so I pulled the cover off. But no, the light itself, these LEDs are actually very orange. I have a number of Edison bulbs throughout the house that have a nice warm yellow glow. This is not yellow, this is orange. So if you're not looking for something to really give a whole lot of light, this is okay. Putting this in a shade is a little weird. This is one of the 3 settings. This is just solid. To get to the other settings, you actually have to turn the light off and then turn it back on, and it will go to the next setting. This is really the main reason to get this light, is because you see it really does look like flames. This is probably the only reason, if you really want to get a flame light, this is what you're looking for. This is a very orange light. It looks like flames. If I take the case off so you can see what's happening on the inside, you'll see the way the LEDs are lighting up. And even if I were to put on the shade, still getting what appears to be a candlelight. So if you're looking for something like this, or if you have something with the shade, the outside covering, just because it gives a little more light. If I pop it back on, you'll see there's not a whole lot of difference, but I think it just lights up a little better. And then if you turn it off and turn it back on again, the reason this is not a 5-star light. So you have 3 modes, that's fine. The 3 modes are great. There is no way to change between the modes besides turning off the light and turning it back on, which means if you have this in a normal light, like this lamp, every time you turn this lamp back on, it's going to be in a different mode. There's no switches on the light, anything like that to say, hey, only use this mode. Every time, if you want a different mode, you're just going to have to turn the light off and on a few times. Oh hey, there, I want my candle mode. You know, I want the solid mode. Oh, I have to wait for the blinking mode, which, why on earth would anyone have this in their house? I understand having a solid mode. Frustrating to me because the lamp that I wanted to use this bulb in is on a Wemo smart switch, so it comes on at a defined time. Every time it comes on, it's going to be a different mode. And this morning, when it was doing this thing, that's just annoying. I don't understand why there is a fade in, fade out mode. I like the flame mode, and I like that it has a solid mode that you can use. I don't like that there's that in-between breathing mode, whatever it is, and I don't like that the only way to change the modes is to turn the light off and back on again. That just seems like a huge misstep. I'm torn on this. I think that this effect light is good, but keep in mind that if you get multiples of these, you're going to have to turn them off and on to make sure that they get all on the same effect. That just seems like a hassle. That's my take. Hope you enjoyed it.